like the real social dance. I'm here with you. We're getting down. It's a little sweaty, and that's okay.
Yep.
Right. Yes, thank you. It's not funky if it's not funky.
No diggity, no doubt.
Casa de Naz.
Casa de Naz.
Casa de Naz.
Ready on 8.
Ready on 8.
How you doing?
Good.
It's great to
Good.
see you. It is great to see you. We're going to get into this here video, you know, a little trip down memory lane.
Oh
This
shit, we're
is
gonna watch
me.
it right now.
Huh?
We're gonna watch it right now.
Oh, we're going to get into it. I have a few questions before we get into it, before we really just dive into what is the Three Kings. We did this this is like 4 years ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, I could usually tell how long it was just by the length of AJ's hair. You know what I mean? Like that lets me know that it was at least 4 years ago.
True, yeah, for sure. Give the viewers like a snapshot of who you are as an artist. How about Kaleb? How about you tell us what's going on here?
Well, you know, I'm a dancer, I'm an actor, I'm a producer. Yeah, I'm just playing. Actually, I am all those things, but I'm just trying to make it sound way better than it is. But yeah, no, I'm an artist here in town. You know, I do music, I dance, I act a little bit. I'm trying to get more into that. Yeah, I dance in a b-boy crew, Original Roots, legendary crew in Canada.
Let's
We just had
go.
our 20th anniversary 2 years ago. I'm a dancer with Decidedly Jazz Dance Works, as is Sabrina, and a teacher, and you know, an educator. Really, just a fun guy. You know, like nice guy. You know what I mean? Like a rude boy.
I see. I was waiting for that part.
Yeah, but yeah, that's you know, good person. You know, all that stuff.
I love it.
That's
I
enough
love
about
it.
me.
It's all the truth. It's all the truth. And what about you, AJ? What's poppin'?
Word. My name's Ajay Musodi. I am a dancer, artist, creative, and I feel like I'm very, very young to my journey, but I enjoy the fact that I get to learn so much and be new to so many things. That aspect of my life has made it possible for me to be in a lot of different situations around mentors that continue to inspire me and keep me driven. Apart from learning, I also teach in the school system. I teach competitive kids. I compete myself, so I've done a bit of that. And I kind of really enjoy being able to connect with different artists to, yes, continue learning in the artistic world, but also just as a human, as a person, you know. Apart from that, you know, I'm also a fun guy. I enjoy long walks on the beach, you know.
Fun guys. You guys, thank you so much for carving out time for being here today. And I have to add that there is one other dancer a part of this here cast. His name is Aris, and he too is a fun guy, and he really, you know, he brought a lot to this here project that we're gonna just chat about for a little bit. Tell me, you guys, like, I know this is from time, but do you remember anything about our rehearsal process, the creation process?
So actually, interestingly enough, I do kind of have like some blurry, vague memories, but what I always
Love
attach
those.
to is kind of like the emotion and what I was feeling. And very similar to how I felt in Bonum, this would have been even like earlier on in like my dance journey, like extremely, extremely early, where I was still understanding like video aesthetic and like how to perform for a camera. And yes, I was learning choreography and I was learning dance routines, but it was a little bit different because a lot of these styles I was very much a guest to, and I still am like a guest to a lot of these cultures. So it was just overwhelming, but in a good way. I really wanted to just do my best in that moment, but it was a lot of like, wow, like this is a lot of different information, but I'm excited to see what ends up happening in the end of it. And I think something that was really cool and that I kind of recognized from you, Sabrina, throughout working with you, is you always kind of throw things at the people you work with. For me, it was in a sense where it was challenging, but you kind of give us that freedom of just like, okay, play with this then. But at that time, I was still in a place where it's like that freedom meant like, oh my gosh, like what do I need to do? Like what is the expectation I need to meet? So that was really important for me, like early on, to just be told that, okay, you have free reins on this. So like, what are you able to do? And what did you learn from the people around you? So that was really cool. It's kind of what I remember from that experience in a very not so blurry anymore.
I feel you. That's a lot. That's already so much. I do recall just kind of showing up and inviting you guys to play, you know, because I'm also such a huge fan of you guys as movers. So like, what an opportunity for me to be able to be like, okay, y'all, so here's this little thing that I was thinking about, but your sauce on this will even just amplify it too, right? So that's one thing I really enjoyed about the process. Okay, now you tell it, Kaleb.
What do I remember? I just remember, like, I mean, I've done video stuff before. This one was unique because, first of all, it was black. It was all black, you know, all black cast.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I've been dancing professionally like for 15 years. Like that's how I've been making my living. So I've been in it for a while, but I was more excited to work with you guys because even 4 years ago, AJ and Aris, you guys were still kind of emerging on the scene. You know what I mean? So like, because that's 4 years ago, you know, and like, so to me and you, Sabrina, because I've been working with you now for a while, but I love working with young minds and hungry minds because like they're hungry and that fuels my fire because I'm more like on the kind of, I'm not dancing as much as I was before, but like when I get around people that are that hungry, then I want to go in on that. You know what I mean? So, and I've seen some of your work, Sabrina, prior to that. So knowing that you're not just a dancer, but you're a visual artist, and I know your love for film because we've had endless talks about that. So like, I was just more excited to work with y'all because I only actually probably met AJ like 2 times before that. Like the first time I think I saw you was at that block party by the Grand. You know what I mean? Like I'd seen you online, but I didn't actually meet you. So like, you know, and I love everything that you do even back then. And Aris, I'd seen Aris around, you know, so I know what he's all about. And it's just like all 4 of us have 4 different, completely different styles to bring to the table. I like completely different, but it's all black and it's all like raw and it's from the street. And like, so yeah, my biggest thing was like, I was excited to just be a part of this with emerging artists and people that are hungry. And yeah, man, like that was dope. And I think it turned out real nice.
I think we created something very nice, you know? I think a lot of Calgary audiences hadn't seen a cast like that yet that was Calgary based, you know? So I think it received a lot of love because it just.
And I will say another thing too, though. And another thing I failed to say about you, Sabrina, is that, yeah, you do, you know, you're a dancer, you're in the visual arts, but you're also big into fashion, you know what I mean? So like, you have me wearing things that I wouldn't wear normally, you know what I mean? And like, remember AJ, like that jacket, like you were wearing my jacket? Cause I was like, I don't know if I could pull this off, look great on you, you know? Sabrina, like, like Sabrina literally went out to like Valley Village or wherever and got gear for us to wear. Like she provided the whole thing, which was really dope. And it also kind of like had me looking at fashion in a different way too. I still got that gear, you know what I mean? So yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, like the whole thing with Casa is definitely dance, fashion, and film, and I'm trying to approach all that with a Caribbean flair, right? With an Afro-Caribbean flair. So it was just a vibe to be able to put that together and then have you guys be the canvas. I was feeling blessed, just so blessed. So then we have rehearsal, right? We come together, whatever hours, and we make this piece. There is some dance hall inspiration. There is some hip hop inspiration. There's some Afrobeat inspiration, right? I'm throwing stuff at you guys. I'm seeing how it's working on y'all. You're throwing it back at me, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Then we get some invitations to perform. Do you guys have any memories about performing it?
Yeah.
Because there were some times, shout out Jimmy's nightclub. I think that was
exactly what I was thinking.
Yo, it doesn't get any more real than that. You know what I mean? Like dancing on the stage, like where the floor is like moving underneath you. You know, you're at the risk of like killing yourself in a nightclub that was Jimmy's. You know what I mean? So those y'all who know about Jimmy's, you know what Jimmy's is. But the vibe was crazy. People love that. And even at Commonwealth, you know, like when we did that performance, all I remember is like me and Aris were just about to kick off with that big combo. We were both so hyped. And then like within the first 8 counts, his glasses flew off like right in front of me. And I had to like bend over and pick it up and then get right back into it. You know what I mean? It's like just
rising to the occasion.
In Calgary, it's like Jimmy's is probably, I don't even know if Jimmy's is still open. Is it open still?
No, unfortunately it is not.
Okay. So you know what? Jimmy's was really one of the last places in the city where you can go out and dance, where people are actually dancing. You can't go out anywhere. Like every old club that was in Calgary before AJ's time, unfortunately, like Calgary's hip hop scene of dance was based on those days when you could go out and dance at the club. Now they're all beer halls.
Right.
You literally are meant to go into the spot and just sit down and not dance. So it's like Jimmy's was hype because you could still dance and like just bringing that vibe out. Like, why not have dance? Why not have a theatrical element to your club night while you're getting drunk? You know what I mean? Like it just takes it higher. So that's the thing. People don't dance anymore in Calgary. There's no dance clubs, really. Like there's a handful.
Right.
You know, so that's why that's kind of special to me, is like bringing that back to the club. Like that's where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Totally. And I hope, you know, as you know, we're currently in a pandemic. I am holding on with all my heartstrings that we will be able to step back into those spaces and really get down and bring those vibes, right? Let's go all the way back to film day now. What do you guys remember?
I think like the first thing, like there's 3 honorable mentions. The first thing was definitely that I was wondering where you even found this spot.
Right?
So confused.
Shout out to Aran, man. Aran, my artistic ace, I was like, I want a space that feels homey. I want a space that's like, you know, these 3 kings are, they're maybe in like a palette. Like I had this whole vision, and well, as we know as artists, you got to have plan A, B, C, D, and this is what worked out. This is what came up. So shout out to Aran.
It just kind of it worked. Go ahead.
He's like, I want to have it in a palace, but we're going to settle for a foreclosed house instead. You know what I mean?
Right. And you're still going to feel that regality off the men that they're going to come through with the vibes anyway. But
we have to bring it. That's the thing, though. We were forced to bring it.
I think that it is time to watch 3 Kings. Okay. Big man, Aris. I always love how that beat just dropped.
Yeah.
When he does
Do you
that.
have it on HD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we got some shoulder work. We got some short dreads going on. Okay. See the fades?
Yo, AJ, real talk. If you want that jacket, you can have it, man. I still have it.
You actually?
Yeah, man.
I wonder if that'll ever fit me. Because if
I
it
know,
would,
right? It doesn't fit me anymore.
I really would wear it.
It looked good on you, man.
Thank you.
Very good. Oh, here
Yo,
we go.
you have that shirt still?
You have that shirt.
No, the one that AJ was wearing.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can.
That shirt went perfect with that jacket.
It's true. I looked like I was going on like a wedding picnic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go,
I
Aris.
love this.
Yo, this choreo is fire, by the way.
Yeah, it was dope.
Hey.
And it was dope because I know, like, I remember, I mean, you had so much to do, Sabrina, but I was also helping count things out in the studio when we were rehearsing and, like, counting through with the guys. But, like, the way that we approached all the movement, right? So, like, we would see how Aris did something. It might be better if we did it that way. Like, we all just approached the style differently, you know?
Yeah, it was so organic. It was just because you guys are kings. Like in everyday life. Now to come into this space and give the vibes, oh god, it was magic. Now, this part is super dope to me because Aran did some really fun editing. I mean, yeah, you know, the dancing is fire too. Okay, you know that. But I like how there's some like reversal stuff going on at the beginning. Let's go, floor work. Let's go.
Oh.
Ah, right there. Whoops.
And this?
Yo, we might need to do a sequel straight up.
Yes. Oh, nice work. Here we go.
Let's go.
The sweating of the storm.
So good. Oh, big cannons. I love it. So good. Yes.
I know, you know, when black people sweat, it's just straight shine, bro. Whatever lighting you're using, it's coming right off your skin, man.
And it was hot in that room. It was like a heater box. Like, oh my god.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Give it textures, grooves, shoulders. Oh, what's happening?
But with the serious face, though, he means business right there.
Oh,
Hey.
that was a vibe. Yes. Oh my gosh. Y'all killed it. Okay, whoa. It's so good to see that again. You guys, you killed that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
My
so,
God. So now that you have seen yourself really throw down, which, wow, that's such a treat for me. I've been asking all of the dancers this question. What is one piece of advice you would give your creative self, that version of yourself in that video? And what is one piece of advice you would give your future creative self?
I mean, I would say to my past self, do more cardio. And real talk, that you gotta be fully trained. I was in the middle of summer, you know what I mean? And it was hot and it was just like, oh, I remember that day. But no, definitely do more cardio. On a serious note, I can't even think right now. And I tell my future self to keep doing the cardio that I'm doing now.
Let's go.
I really think that, like, especially for this one, I would have just reminded myself to, like, be more curious as to what made specifically Kaleb, you and Aris, like, such authentic dancers in the way you guys moved or in the way you were, like, going back and forth. To kind of apply that to myself back then too, because I was still kind of confused about kind of honing in on specific styles or techniques and embodying that to then find myself. Like, I was just like, okay, like, what makes me different in this space? You know what I mean? Like, Aris has this, Kaleb has this, I know Sabrina has this, but like, how do I differentiate myself, especially so early? But it kind of, I would just be reminding myself to be patient, to know that I just need to keep diving into these styles and I'm going to find myself through that. So I think that's like the biggest thing. And what I would tell my future self I'm going to stay consistent with what I said last time, and just to keep doing more of this, because I feel like I learn the best when I'm under pressure, but I'm also around other people that like excel at what they do. So then I'm like, I have no choice. I never want to be, I love being the person who knows the least so I can learn the most, but I never want to be the person that's holding people back because of my own choices. I was like, I'm deciding to be passive. Like, I'm going to push myself to keep it going. So that's probably what I remind myself of.
Snaps. Poetic. Well, you guys, thank you so much for rocking with me and trusting me in that whole crazy process. All the shows that followed after that crazy film day in that crazy house. Thank you. I am so grateful, forever grateful. And yeah, like blessings. And 2020, you know, we're right in the middle of 2020. And let me tell you, it's looking like a very interesting year. However, we're right in the middle. So let us keep growing and creating and make the rest of it super dope and the years to come.
You know what, Sabrina? Now, like, we need to do another one or just another project that, like, me and Aris can make the music for, you know?
Yes.
We can shoot our own, like, we can shoot it ourselves. We just have to do another one, like a follow-up.
Yes.
Put
yes.
the dog in, maybe, you know, something with
Bring
a
the
dog
dog.
in the video.
Bring the dog. Yes. I am so down, you know, and like, who really knows what we're moving into in the future? Like, who knows what the future brings? But we know that it's going to need art. We know that it's going to need art with people that look like us, sound like us, move like us, think like us, you know? So I'm with it. Thank you guys for joining me. So much love to you guys. 3 Kings. You guys are amazing. Blessings.